Hello, hello. Um, okay, I'm just gonna go with it. Hello, hello. Good morning. I said I would do a follow up on yesterday, so I definitely want to stick through that. And I didn't even realize that I really needed to do it. And then I was sitting here just doing some follow up stuff on the computer, and I got this overwhelming's a funny word. I got this heavy feeling in my throat, and so I stopped and I was like, I have to go meditate. And I started saying, what do I need to say here? What do I need to say here? Like, thinking that because this energy was in my throat, I needed to get something out, and nothing really came. Um, so then I just came back to the computer, and I was like, let me type something, because the second I got back to the computer, it was like heavy, heavy again. So I get back to the computer, I go on to Word just to get something out. I don't have my notebook with me right now, which is weird. I just start typing like, what is it that I need to say? Please help me figure out what it is that I need to be saying right now. And then this just popped into my head, like, you said you were going to talk about this. And I was like, oh, is this, I kept typing. I said, is it that I need to be talking about yesterday's experience? Is it that I need to be filming it? And that felt good. And now that I'm talking, it feels so much better. There's still like a little bit left, but I have a like huge difference. So this is super cool. So that was a preface. Um, I I have so much to talk about from yesterday. Um, I really had no idea what to expect, and a part of me was hesitant even about going because I wanted to go to this Kundalini class later in the afternoon. And there was a feeling in me that was like resistant, 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 and turns out that we didn't make it to the Kundalini class because we were just having such a divine time. And it's cool to look back on that because old Rihanna, like, would have been really upset and been like, oh, like, we said we were going to do this, and I felt bad because I told her, and just like so many things. And then it was divine timing that when we found out we weren't going to be going, we were about to go into a meditation. And I was like, you know what? Like, this is exactly where I am right now. And I'm just going to love this moment. And this is what it is. And I trust divine timing. And you know what? We had the most amazing time. You know, it's really cool because, like, there was this little ego in me that wanted to, like, shut down and be sad because I would have done that for, like, probably for straight up, I would have done it for attention. And for people to kind of pity and be like, I know you so wanted to go, Rihanna, like, we're sorry or something. Like, I don't, but I was just like, I'm going to feel this for a second. Okay, now I'm in the meditation. Like, let's go. So that was really cool to see that shift. Um, DisclosureFest. Like, who knew? I felt like we went in not even knowing how incredible it was going to be. The people that we met, the vendors there were all just so amazing, whether it be healing or food or different types of healing products, mechanisms, alchemy, just some amazing stuff, really. Um, so we went and we watched the talk about extraterrestrials and how much is not how much how much is not being said. What happened was I thought I saw 11:11, but it actually says 11:14. It just caught my eye. But that's okay. Um, yeah, so we were kind of just moseying around. We got some awesome tribal paint done on our face and body a little bit. And then, yeah, we got caught into this talk where they were talking about the ETs and just some amazing things. And it really put things into perspective of how real it is. And it's so exciting. Like, we welcome you. We love you. You're with us. You are us. We love you. And so we finished that talk with deciding that we were pretty much going to be staying. And then it was so cool. These group of young kids, they were rapping to yoga and they were doing affirmations, and that set my heart on fire, as I feel like it did for so many people. It was just like, this is the change here, is the youth and the people under the millennial age, you know, like under each age group, this is who's next. And to see them thriving in their affirmations, that was everything. That gave me so much inspiration to surrender the ego about having to work with adults, because I had to work through some of that ego stuff because I have this like, oh, like, I'm adult enough to work with adults notion. And I stay true to that. However, I know that there is a divine plan in how much work I've done with children, and of course I'm open wherever the path may lead. Um, but that like comfort feeling that I felt in me of like we are the role models for who's next, and sure we can be role models for who's older as well. Just different things. Really cool though, really 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 cool. And then one thing it's coming up is just how beautiful the notion of heart syncs and heart hugs are. And there were a couple heart hugs that I was in yesterday where I had been there before, in whether they were my brother or sister or lover in some other life, or we were just finding our place here. That's where I'm actually speechless because it's incredible. The emotions, the feelings, the remembering. It's like there was a part that I just, on one of the hugs that I went back to actually to give her some more love and to feel more love with her, I started just saying, why do we know each other? Like, where do we know each other from? And I just got this notion of like a sister, like a loving, loving sisterlyhood. Like I know we know each other from another dimension or past life. It was beyond bliss, honestly. Woo. And then there was this brother that I met, that him too, when we were in one. And that one actually didn't feel so romantic, even though he was beautiful. It just felt fun and free. It was just so cute. Like it was so much fun. It was so much fun. And then the divinity of running into somebody I knew from high school and the story behind that, and just he was just like, I know you. And when we hugged, I just started crying because that was at a time where I was going through a lot of things, and I felt that I was 15 when I met him and knew him. I haven't really talked to him since, honestly. I just started crying in that hug, and it was stunning. It was like, and he just was like, "Look, go ahead, like let it out. I got you." And like that was huge for me, um, for so many reasons. Like to be that vulnerable with a man, and it was cool to find the male to female balance in that, and there's a lot of emotion. Like it was just so cool. I'm so curious about this male to female thing. I really am. It's something that I've always been stuck on in the three-dimensional, but now I'm even not more so, just different, because now I have a different understanding of it, I feel like. Oh, getting a little tingly. Uh, I'm very curious about the male and female body parts. I'm very curious about if we need both parties, if we need both sexes. I know that we have both within us. Something so badly needs to come out. I'm just going to surrender to it. I'm gonna I'm gonna put this question out to you guys. If you guys know anything more about the need for masculine and feminine, what that looks like. Yes, I understand the essence of what we know as co-creation. However, we can co-create on our own. We have both parts. We are androgynous beings. Um, I'm curious more about the history. I know some with the Anunnaki and the indigenous prior to them and what those parts looked like. Um, I'm honestly open for a roundtable discussion. If you guys want me to set up a blog post or something that we can all post on, that would be awesome. Please let me know. I'll do that very soon, or if not, just go ahead and comment or subscribe or all that stuff down there below. Follow me on Insta. I'll post those under here too. You know what? We're just I'm wrapping this up because I feel like I'm going all over. But oh, the ecstatic dancing! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It was the most freeing thing ever. Like we've done some ecstatic dancing, some tribal dancing in drum circles, but whoa, we so tapped in yesterday. Like we did the exotic dancing. I'm talking really fast now because I'm so excited. So we did the exotic dancing where we really just like flowed in our body, even if the beat was fast or slow or sensual or groovy or whatever it was. So yeah, that was just like freeing. My lips are a little burnt from yesterday. And then we did this other dancing where these women came out and they had their silks and they were all dressed up. And look at my shirt, it says good vibes. Yeah. And then yeah, so there were these women who were just like owning their truth, and then they invited us, like as a collective, they all invited us up there, and we were all just so free. And then they did this they did this ceremony for women who like anything that they've been through. It was very like sisterlyhood, but more on that. We were out there dancing and we were practicing Kundalini as we were dancing, and it was a complete climactic experience. I was earlier. We were kind of talking like our group, our tribe, and we were talking about how sometimes I can feel like I feel the energy a lot coming up, but when I go down to release at that root chakra, it's clenched, and the practice of that full breath and that full cycle is to learn how to fully release. Like it's a very strong tantric practice. And so the rest of the day, I was earlier in the day, and so for the rest of the day I had been really trying to just like let that release happen and let those muscles go and allow just full breathing, full energy movement to flow in and out. It was very moving, and when we were doing these dances and embodying ourselves and our energy and our bliss, it was so freeing and just ecstatic dancing. So that was really like I feel like I need to make a whole segment just on that. So if you guys want to hear more about that, please do. I'm probably going to make one anyways because it was so just incredible. So yeah, that was that. Just a lot of amazing bonding, a lot of remembering, a lot of bliss. We saw beautiful extraterrestrials enter. There was a place that was summoning them to show them that we love them, and yeah, it's cool to own that. And we saw it, and it's real. It's happening. It's here. It's bliss. It's beautiful. We have nothing to be afraid of. Just saying your truth, staying your knowing and your love, and we're all in this together. We're all in this together. And once we can recognize that, and you know what, we are recognizing that the change is here. We are the change here. It's now. It's alive and it's beautiful. And life is just bliss. Life is amazing. We watched a movie at the end. We just met incredible people, and I feel good. I still feel like there's more to say, but I'm going to let it sit for now. And thank you guys so much. And again, if there's anything specific, please let me know. And I look forward to connecting. Namaste. Satnam.